All right, welcome. Today, we are going to uncork a really fascinating idea, one that connects the world of fine wine with our own personal journeys. We're going to explore this beautiful French concept and see how it can be a powerful framework for understanding ourselves.
I know, it sounds like a strange question, right? But the answer is actually pretty profound. You see, the secret to a sublime bottle of wine and a truly fulfilling life, they might just share the exact same ingredients. Stick with me, and you'll see what I mean. So the key to everything we're talking about today is this one word, terroir. In the wine world, terroir is everything. It's the soil, the climate, that specific piece of land, the whole environment that gives a wine its unique, unmistakable character. It's basically the taste of a place. Okay, so to really get this connection to our own lives, we first need to appreciate the magic that's actually in the bottle. So let's take a quick look at what makes a fine wine so special in the first place. I mean, think about it. You can take the exact same grape variety, plant it in two different places, and you will get two completely different wines. Why? Well, because of the terroir. The rocky soil, those hot summer days, the cool nights, every single element plays a part in that final, complex flavor in your glass. It's the story of a specific place and a specific time.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. What if we took this exact same idea and applied it to people? What if every single one of us has our own personal terroir that makes us who we are? Let's see what that looks like.
Let's just break down this parallel, right? In wine, the soil is the foundation. It's what nourishes the vine. For you, that's your mind. The climate that the grape has to endure, that's your environment. The altitude of the vineyard, the highs and lows, those are your life's experiences. And that human touch from the winemaker, well, that's your culture. These four pillars create your unique essence.
So let's dig into that. We're going to explore each one of these four pillars, your mind, your environment, your experiences, and your culture, and see exactly how they work together to create the unique vintage that is, well, you.
It all starts right here, with the mind. You know, just like the soil is the absolute foundation for the vine, your mind is the fertile ground where everything else in your life takes root. It's where the seeds of your dreams, your actions, your hopes, it's where they're first planted.
So how do we cultivate this mental soil? Well, just like a winemaker adds nutrients to the earth, we can enrich our minds. We can add things like resilience so we can withstand the storms, continuous learning to keep the soil fertile, and self-knowledge so we understand our own unique composition. And of course, healthy relationships, gratitude, empathy. These are all vital nutrients for a thriving mind.
So just take a second to think about it right now. Is your mental soil feeling fertile and rich, or is it maybe a little depleted? What kind of nutrients might it need at this moment? It's a really powerful question to ask yourself.
Okay, next up, let's talk about our climate, our environment. The people, the places, the situations around you, they can act like the perfect weather for growth, with lots of sunshine. Or they can expose you to some pretty harsh winds and freezing cold.
This quote really just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Our environment is so heavily shaped by the people we choose to have around us. Their energy, their support, the challenges they bring. It all acts like the weather, and it has a massive influence on our growth, day in and day out.
Now, for our experiences, which we can think of as the vineyard's altitude. Grapes that grow at really high altitudes often have to deal with more stress, more wind, bigger temperature swings, and that forces them to develop thicker skins and a much more concentrated, complex flavor. And it's the same for us, right? Our experiences, both the good and the bad, they shape us. The struggles we overcome, those are the harsh winds that build our resilience. And the peaks we celebrate, those are the sunny days that sweeten our perspective. It's this mix of highs and lows that gives our character its unique depth.
And finally, we have culture. In winemaking, this is the human element. It's the centuries of tradition and know-how that a winemaker uses to turn grapes into wine. For us, it's the traditions, the social norms, the shared values, the stories of our families and our communities. It is that human touch that adds those final, distinct notes to who we are. And we can see this power on a massive scale. Think about Japan, where a deep reverence for tradition has fueled incredible success. Or South Africa, where a culture of resistance was the driving force that literally overcame apartheid. Culture is a seriously powerful, transformative force. Okay, so we have these four pillars. But here's the really empowering part. This isn't just a passive thing that happens to us. we can actually put on the winemaker's hat and actively cultivate our own personal terroir. Let's look at what that really means, starting with the foundation.
You know, the ancient parable of the sower offers a perfect way to think about this. Some minds are like a hard-packed path, where a good idea can't even get in before doubt just snatches it away. Some are rocky, which stops ideas from growing the deep roots they need. Others are thorny, where new growth gets choked out by all the worries of daily life. The goal, then, is to cultivate that good soil, a mind that's open, receptive, and ready to nurture ideas so they can grow into something amazing.
And that is the crucial point. You are not just the grape in this story. You are also the winemaker. You have the power to tend to your mental soil, to choose your environment, to find meaning in your experiences, and to decide how you engage with your culture. You have a say in shaping the person you become.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important reflection. After understanding all these different elements, it's time to think about your own unique blend.
Your life isn't some static snapshot. It's a complex, evolving vintage. The story of who you are is constantly being written by the way these four pillars interact. It's this dynamic blend that changes and matures over time.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What unique flavors has your mind developed? What kind of climate has shaped you? What complexity have your experiences added? When you put it all together, what is the vintage of your life's terroir? It's a story that's worth savoring. Thanks for joining me.